The first thing anyone ever asks me is, how do I get out of jail? Well, when a loved one is arrested, you have to go and post bond. They'll appear before a judge within 72 hours to get that set. And in Louisiana, there's 4 ways to make bond. The easiest way, but it's the least often used way, is the cash bond, where you literally take dollar for dollar in cash to the sheriff's office and deposit it with them. It goes into a trust account for safekeeping. So long as the person makes their court appearances, you get that money back at the end of the case, regardless of outcome. The second most common, or the second option that's the least costly to you would be a sign-out bond. This is typically reserved for first offenders for nonviolent crimes. Either the judge would grant them their release on their own recognizance or their own word that they'll make their court appearances, or they allow what's called a personal surety, someone to come in and sign out. So I would come in, sign out for a family member, say, hey, look, I'll make sure they come to court, and if they don't, then you can go after me and my assets for the bond amount. Now, the third way that people can post bond that is still very, very affordable, but not everyone has it, is called a property bond. And this allows you to post equity in a piece of immovable property located within Louisiana to satisfy the bond. Typically, people use their homes. So what you would do is you would see what the assessed value of the property is. You subtract from that any liens, i.e. mortgages, and the equity that is left between those two numbers, the assessed value and the liens, is what is available for posting bond. So if you had a $200,000 piece of property with a $1,000 mortgage, you have $100,000 in equity that you could post towards a property bond. Now, what happens when that's not enough money? Well, Louisiana allows you to stack property so different family members can come together and post their property. It's only a couple $100 to file the lien on the home to satisfy the bond, and a couple $100 to take it off. Again, regardless of outcome, that lien can get lifted after the case is over, so long as the person makes all their court appearances. The fourth way to make bond, and is the most common, is using a commercial bail bonds company. Commercial bail bondsmen are basically insurance agents. They collect by law a 12% premium that you pay them, and they post the rest of the bond, and they have a contract with you. You agree to pay in the case of the person doesn't show up to court, and what they do is they take 2% of that 12% for their fee, and they go and they issue an assurance contract with the other 10%. They deposit 10% with the sheriff's office, and then they execute an insurance contract to pay the balance to the sheriff if you don't show up. The downside of this bond is when the case is over, you don't get any of your 12% back. That is all gone. So that's the first question people ask is, how do I get someone out of jail? It's by posting bond. These are the 4 ways to post bond. Tune into my next video and we'll go over, well, how long is someone going to sit in jail if I can't post a bond?